feeling great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion.
Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. It's your boy, Jim Hacking. How's everybody doing? This is episode number 691. Wow! Of the Immigration Answers Show. I'll be here for the next hour trying to answer as many immigration law-related questions as I can. My hair's gone crazy. I went to the gym at lunchtime trying to bust that belly. Came home and had lunch with Amani, and now I'm here with all you. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. The pool's still open. We're going to close it here pretty soon. It was 36 this morning, 36 degrees. What the heck? Fall is here. Winter is coming. Hopefully winter's coming to Mar-a-Lago real soon. I'm feeling good about the election. I hope I'm right. I've been right the last two presidential elections. Hopefully I'll be right this time. I think that Kamala Harris is going to win. I think women have had it. I think women have had it with Donald Trump and with abortion and IVF and all those things. So hopefully that will indeed happen. How's everybody doing? I'm home in my hoodie because Noor has her first playoff softball game at 4 p.m. Central against Waynesville. So district playoffs have begun. If we win today, we play on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Saturday at 1. So let me see who's here. Cleon was on first. Hello, Cleon from Trinidad. We got Christine here, Jay Cruz, Tony, Saring. Old Creaky Bones is back. Where you been, Creaky Bones? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. I was thinking about you yesterday. Chums is here. Dammy is here. Tyrone says big blessings to everybody. We got Elizabeth in Iowa. Calypso Girl. Traylene says hello from Ohio. Nurse Laura says happy whatever day it is. I think today's Thursday. Yep, it's a backyard episode with the brick. Maybe our friend Benson will call. That would be fun. Dammy says hello. And episode 700 is coming up. We got a louse in the house. See what I did there? I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Saya is here. Hi, Saya. Carolina is here. Hina is talking about the Tigers. Ibrahim. Hello, Ibrahim from Philadelphia. You know my son's name is Ibrahim. Did you know that? Son number 3, my sophomore at the University of Minnesota. He's a Golden Gopher. Thirsty Thursday is what Elizabeth says. Uh-oh. This doesn't sound good. Old Creaky Bones got a huge abscess on his left butt cheek. Oh, my God. Well, I guess that's why we haven't heard from him. I hope it went okay. That does not sound fun. We got a Yardie in Virginia Beach. So Tom from our office, Tom Kalish, is going to, what's that place called? Norfolk. He's got an interview in Norfolk. I've had a couple interviews in Norfolk. Hina, is that where your interview was? I think it was. Was that in Norfolk? I think that's where we were. I've been in Norfolk a few times. If that's where Hina's was. I'm glad Creaky Bones. Hopefully Creaky Bones doing better. We got Dallas in the house. Eve, no, it was cold this morning, but it's sunny and nice now. We got Florida, Larry in Florida. We got TM in Maryland. Let's see. Yes, Hina says I was right. All right. So listen, here's how it works around here. You ask questions and I try to give answers. I give my best answers I can. Now, can I tell you about something weird that happened to me this week? Somebody sent me their naturalization denial, and apparently this person worked in the porn industry, making porn. And when the question there's a question on the N400 about prostitution. I've had a surprisingly high number of questions about prostitution this week. Sometimes you'll go years without having prostitution questions, but I had sort of two real cases. But in this one, this person worked in porn, and they said they read on Reddit before their interview that porn can be deemed prostitution. Do you guys think prostitution equals, or porn equals prostitution? I mean, I guess there's money changing hands, and I guess there's sex that's happening. I mean, obviously there's a whole huge First Amendment issue with this, but this person was spooked by what he read on Reddit. And so whenever they asked him about prostitution, he said, no comment. You can't say no comment at your citizenship interview. You can't plead the fifth at your naturalization or green card interview. I've literally never had someone say no comment. I've had people try it before, and usually that's the end of the interview, right? So I was surprised that this denial decision went on and on with all the no comments that he gave. And Kwame says, don't the porn stars pay taxes? And that's what he kept trying to do. He kept trying to say, when they would ask him about prostitution and working, or when they asked him about prostitution and working, he would say that I paid all my taxes, no comment. I paid all my taxes, no comment. So I don't know. That was just an interesting thing. I don't think most people would think that porn is prostitution. I think it's sort of different, but I understand where this person was coming from. But again, how long have I been doing this? No one's ever asked me that question before. I haven't even thought about that before. Yeah, Creaky Bone says porn is art. Nurse Laura says, I don't think prostitution should be illegal anyway. It just hurts the sex workers who do it anyway. I think there's something to be said about that. Abdul Rahman, hello.
Hey, Jim, how are you doing?
Great, buddy. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. I do have a quick question, if you don't mind. First of all, I'm talking on the behalf of my friend who came to the US about 5-6 years ago on an F1 visa. And he started with a master's, then went to a PhD. He maintained his F1 status the entire time he's been in the US. About 1.5 years ago, he got married to a US citizen. Unfortunately, the marriage did not last. While waiting for the paperwork, his spouse back then applied for the paperwork for him. She applied for the I-130, for the I-485, the entire package. But then eventually when things happened, she called up the immigration. We don't know how bad she said when she called up the immigration, but technically she stopped the entire process. And he got a letter from the immigration says, you have to leave because the person who applied for your sponsorship has, eliminated the process or whatever the letter said.
Withdrawn the I-130.
Exactly, yeah. She withdrawn the I-130. So his F1 never, as I mentioned, he's been in school the entire time, and now he's still a PhD student. So the question to you is, he had seen that the US Embassy has been offering some renewal on most or all non-immigrant visas without interview. Of course, his F1 actual visa stamp got expired maybe 2 years ago. So now he's asking, would you recommend if he goes back to Jordan to renew his visa according to the announcement that the US Embassy has said a few weeks ago, or would that be too risky?
Can he afford to be stuck outside the United States for a year?
I do not think so, because he got his school here. But if it's yes, do you think after a year they would give him actually a visa?
They might not let him back at all. So you have to remember, I don't have my bell here. Let me find a bell noise. Ding, ding, ding. So my bell is, he's demonstrated immigrant intent. He has said, I want to reside in the United States for the rest of my life. That is inconsistent with an F1 visa. Yes. So even though it was withdrawn, he has already made it crystal clear to the world, and more importantly, to the U.S. federal government, that he wants to live in the United States. So I think that if he goes back to Jordan, he has maybe a 5 or 10% chance of getting another F1 stamp.
Got it. So by any chance,
here's one more thing before I forget, Abdul Rahman. Sorry to interrupt you. when he was going through the green card process with his spouse, and did he ever get his work card through that process, or did it never come?
He got nothing. I mean, work card, travel card, he did not get anything.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, well, he might want to do. You should have him do a G639, a FOIA on his whole immigration file, so that he can see, what's there. What there, maybe he'll be able to see something that she said about him.
Would he be able to know, like, if he pulled that report?
Usually they redact it, but sometimes they mess up and you get it.
Is it like online? Like the way to get it, would he apply for it online?
Yeah, it's free.
Okay.
It's free.
Okay, so we will do that. The final question, Jim, let's say if he stays in the US and he sends his, because they say we will renew your visa without an interview. You just send your passport through like the mail and then we will look at your application. So let's say he stays in the US and then he sent his passport somehow to the US Embassy in Jordan. Would you know by any chance if they will process his visa? Let's say they get the stamp actually, like, and then somebody from Jordan sent back his passport to the US. Technically,
I don't think they'll give him the stamp.
Yeah.
And he needs to be really careful because he needs to make sure that he disclosed that she filed the I-130. But I don't think it matters if he's doing it through the mail or if he goes there. I don't think he's getting it.
Okay, got it. And I guess he has to say his marital status is divorced, and he has to say that he did apply before for I-130 through somebody.
Yeah, there's a question on the DS-160. Has anyone ever filed an immigrant visa petition for you? You'd have to say yes.
Got it. And all I guess the problems will just begin from there.
That's right.
Okay, thank you so much, Jim. You have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.
Yep, bye.
Salam.
All right. Rayon is here. Hi, Rayon. You're on mute, buddy.
I also want to tell you, not only a good attorney, you're also a philanthropy. Because to do what you do, you have to care about people. That's amazing.
Fun. Thanks, man.
Yes. So I called you a few weeks back about a situation that I have in the Dominican Republic. And when I submit my I-130, I realized that I didn't put the A number on it, because I have a naturalization certificate. So I don't have a green card. So I was naturalized. So I didn't put the A number on it. So I was wondering if that would cause a problem. I did send an email to them, and they said they wouldn't do no correction until the time of adjudication. So should I be worried about that they might request RFE?
No. This happens all the time. I wouldn't worry about it at all. And I think there's even an argument to be made that once you become a citizen, you no longer have an alien number. So I would say the first 2 years of my practice, I would routinely not put the old alien number. And then I decided to work a little harder. And so we started adding it. I don't think this is an issue at all.
Okay, I see. Also, as I did ask you about my situation where I wasn't clear on the answers that you gave me.
Okay.
This is my second I-130 from the same country, second wife. And I've had enough proof that my marriage is legitimate with my second wife. In fact, more proof than the first wife, because we have a son and my son is 11 years old. And I got my son a CRBA. He just got his passport yesterday and his CRBA certificate in the Dominican Republic. So that's also something I submitted as a part of my evidence to show that I have a bona fide marriage. So was just concerned because this is my second I-130 from the same country. Would it be a problem?
Whatever happened to the first case? How far did it go?
The first case was approved, and the wife came here. We have a daughter together. The daughter is 9 years old. We got divorced. She's now a U.S. citizen. She and I got divorced 5.5 years ago, and I just got married 5 years, 7 months after we got divorced. I got married, which is July of this year.
So back when so it sounds like you had your son with wife number 2 while you were still married to wife number 1.
Yes, we were seeing each other, and she got pregnant, and she wanted to keep the child, and it was fine. So I supported the child.
Did you list that kid when you got your green card and your citizenship?
No, because the kid wasn't born yet. I mean, the kid wasn't born yet.
When did you become a citizen?
I became a citizen in 2013. That's the year the child was born.
After you got your citizenship or before?
All right, the child was born after my citizenship.
How much after?
I would say my citizenship was in maybe 4 months, 5 months after my citizenship, the child was born.
I think they're going to give wife number 2 a shitload of trouble at the embassy in the Dominican Republic. I'm not saying I think it's still approvable, but I think they're going to give her a shitload of trouble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think here's what when I say that, let me be more clear about what I mean. What I mean is, you guys need to spend some time writing out a whole timeline, and there's sort of 3 main things that need to be on this timeline. You ready?
Yeah.
Rayon's immigration history, everything with wife number 2's history and children, everything with wife number 1 and children, everything with wife number 2 and children. You need to stack it all up because she's going to need to know those dates backwards and forwards. If she can't explain confidently everything that happened, I mean, they could very well go after her and say, look, you were cheating on this guy. He was getting a green card from an American, but really he was banging you. That's going to be a problem.
At one point, my wife and I were separated, and that's when she and I started seeing each other. And then my wife and I got back together. And
so that you're proving my point. Then the timeline becomes very, very important, and your wife number 2 has to memorize that shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's going to be knives out. If they don't mess around at DR.
That's what I realized. Yeah, I went there myself. So
But I mean, the good thing is, in both relationships, there's a child, so that demonstrates. I don't think you said you have more evidence of marriage number 2 than you did of marriage number 1, and I believe that. I don't think this is going to be. I don't think the issue you need to focus on is whether the evidence is strong enough for the marriage. I think the timeline is what you need to worry about. Timeline's the whole key to this case.
In timeline, in what sense, though? Because I've been divorced now for 5 years before I got remarried.
If I were your lawyer, what I would want to know is Rayon's date of birth, wife number 1's wife's date of birth, wife number 2's date of birth, Rayon's first visa to the United States, Rayon's, did he fall out of status? Did he get married to a U.S. citizen? Did he?
I did. I gained my citizenship to a U.S. citizen who was married to someone.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is our 3rd immigration case. This isn't our 2nd immigration case.
Yeah. Well, my wife was a U.S. citizen. That's how I gained the citizenship.
But the person getting the immigration benefit that time was you. So they're going to be it's going to be knives out. You might need some help, my friend. You might need some help. Well, and it's all going to come down to how well your wife does explaining all this. Because they'll be mad at you, but they'll take it out on her.
Right. We have a child now who's a U.S. citizen because I got him a CRPA.
Yeah, that they'll say, okay, we believe the marriage. We just don't believe anything that happened before this marriage. So this is your 3rd wife, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Knives out, bud. Knives out.
Well, yes, I would need some help. I would need some help on the embassy front because the I-130 was filed. It hasn't been approved yet.
Yeah.
So the question is, once it's approved, I don't think they're going to have issue because we own property together, we own land together, we own a house together in the Dominican Republic. So there's a ton of evidence there.
But my brother, there's tons of cases. I even have a video on this. Nobody disputes that marriage number 2 is the strongest marriage that there's ever been.
Right.
But they punish you for the sins of the past.
Yeah. I get your point. So I guess in this case, if I need some help and I need you, how would you be able to help with the embassy? Because at the embassy, no attorney is allowed to attend.
That's right, but we can get it ready. I've got a green card interview coming up, and I'm going to spend a shitload of time getting them ready because I talked to them the other day. They ain't ready. So I don't know if she's ready. I don't know if you're ready. I think that we're going to have to probably get how are things with wife number one? Is she going to say bad things about you? Would she help out?
Oh no. Wife number one and I are best of friend now. We have joint custody with my daughter, so we're good. You know, we just got divorced because it wasn't working out. We stayed together for
That's wife
almost
number two or wife number one?
wife number wife number one was the one who I gained my citizenship through.
Right. So we
Yeah.
got to get everybody involved we need affidavits from everybody. We need to strengthen the hell out of this case. If she goes in there and just sort of half-asses it and doesn't really know your history, then what they say is, well, you don't know your history and we don't believe this marriage. We think he's just playing you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to talk you into anything. Go think about it and just let me know. It's no big deal. Whatever you want.
Yeah, well, so as you said, wait until the I-130 approved first before I reach back up, because at that point,
unless you get a request for evidence. And the other thing I would do is I would sure as hell, I would FOIA your file and file number 2 to the extent that you can for wife number 2. If I'm your lawyer, I want every piece of paper relating to you that immigration has.
how do I get that?
And the State Department. You do a G639.
G639. I can do that on their website.
Yeah, it's free, but that's just USCIS. You need State Department stuff too.
So how do I go about that?
You do look up State Department FOIA, FOIA, look that up, State Department FOIA, and ask for all of your visa file.
Well, I can request a copy of those.
You can and you should.
Yeah, I will do that. All right. Thank you so much for your help.
Got it. Thanks for the call. That was a good call. That's a real lesson. A real lesson is we can all agree that this current marriage is 100% legit, but remember, they're in the no business. So if they can go back and look and cause mischief based on what's gone on before, I mean, they're naturally suspicious of what we call pivot cases, where somebody gets their green card and their citizenship by marrying someone, and then they pivot back to another country or their home country and bring someone else over. So that's one thing right out of the box. And then to think that there's another green card case, that's hard enough. Then to think there's a green card case for another person, an immigrant visa case for another person. Now there's 3 people benefiting from the generosity of the federal government and our immigration laws. It just makes it tough. Like I said, approvable, but really tough. All right. Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm so anxious. So my daughter has an issue. She's now an adult, but we are in Missouri, and she has a court date coming up next month.
She allegedly committed. We're not admitting anything.
Yeah, we haven't
Hold
admitted
on.
anything.
So what's her immigration status?
She has a green card. We came under my husband, all of us, and we all have a green card.
And how old is she?
She's 20.
And what is she charged with?
So far, the police mentioned it was the misdemeanor of
Good.
theft. She shoplifted from Walmart.
Oh man, do you know how many shoplifting from Walmart cases I've had? So let me guess. It's one of these things where she had like 20 things and she only paid for 16. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, she miscanned.
Yeah. Okay. So has she been charged? Does she have a court date?
She has a court date coming up.
Does she have a lawyer?
Yes.
And is the lawyer talking to the immigration attorney? I mean, how much money are you talking about, Lisa?
103, 107, but it was less than 110. That's the number that I remember.
Okay. And which county is this? Did you say this is in Missouri?
Yes.
What county?
Perry County.
What is it?
Perry County.
Terry County? Where is that?
Perry County in Perryville, Missouri.
Perryville. Oh yeah, sure. I think I've been to that Walmart. My daughter Yeah, my daughter plays softball in Perryville sometimes, so I've been to that Walmart. I think everything's going to be okay. I think your daughter and her criminal defense lawyer should talk to an immigration lawyer just to make sure, to see, like, before she pleads guilty, she should talk to an immigration lawyer. But there's something called a petty theft exemption. So if you have just one theft charge and it's under a certain amount, and 110 would be under that amount, she should be okay, but she shouldn't plead guilty unless she's totally sure. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but well, the attorney that we got, is not aware of the law for immigration. So they told us to look for our own immigration lawyer, and I have 2 questions that he wrote down for me.
Okay, what are they?
So he mentioned that will a misdemeanor in a municipal court cause an issue with deportation or like subsequent renewal of green card or citizenship application?
What I'm saying is most likely not, as long as this is all there is. If there's anything else, she's screwed.
She does not have any criminal records. Like, that is all of it.
Yeah.
And also, like, what kind of like pre-trial diversion program that can help? That was our own research that can help to dismiss or remove like any criminal records that does not have to affect the naturalization.
So what everybody needs to understand is, even if she pleads guilty to something, but she gets pretrial diversion, or if she gets probation or something, if there's an admission of guilt, USCIS can still consider it a conviction, because remember, the Immigration Service is federal. They don't care what Perry County or what the state of Missouri says. But most likely, if I were to talk to the lawyer, I would say something like, just get the best deal you can. If it's municipal and it's the best deal possible, and it's a misdemeanor with no jail sentence more than, say, 6 months, it should be okay. But she's not going to get any jail sentence. So pretrial diversion would be helpful, but this is something she's going to have to disclose when she applies for citizenship. And now she probably has to wait 5 years to apply for citizenship until she's done with it. When this is done, plus 5 years.
But we have 5 years left on our green cards. So we have 5 months to our application.
5 months till you can apply for citizenship?
Yes.
Well, she needs 5 years of good moral character. And if you get arrested for shoplifting, even if you get pretrial diversion, even if it goes away, I think most officers in the St. Louis field office, which is where she would be, if she applied for citizenship, I think she might get denied because she doesn't have 5 years of good moral character. You guys should all go ahead and apply and get your citizenship, but she probably should wait till she's done with this plus 5 years.
So can she reapply for a green card? Because when she would apply after 5 years, she'll be, because it has to be 5 years.
Yeah.
And
she should have no problem renewing her green card. That shouldn't be a problem at all.
Okay. Well, I think that's okay. That's all that I have for you today.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Jim.
Bye-bye. Oh, you could tell she was anxious. Kids will drive you nuts. Kids will drive you nuts. Not the Nornator, but sometimes. Haha, teenage kids, 20-year-old kids. Yeah, she does look worried, doesn't she, Demi? I agree. I think everything's going to be okay, Lisa. I should have said that a little bit more forcefully. I think everything's going to be okay. Oh, Nishi's here. Hi, Nishi. You're on mute.
Yes, Jim, are you hearing me now? Hi. So I got a question for you, right? So my son went into the embassy yesterday in Jamaica and did his interview. And I think he says that on the I-864 that my husband doesn't make enough and they need a sponsor. So he was asking, so he said that they circle that you need a I-864A and they bracket mother. So does that imply that the mother needs to fill out that form as a sponsor? Because on everything I am included because my husband and I file our taxes as joint sponsors, so I'm already on it.
You're on the one that your husband signed, but you didn't sign one of your own.
No, I didn't sign any on my own.
That's the problem. They need an I-864A because you and
Oh,
your
so
husband live together, right?
yes, we live together.
Yeah, so they need an I-864A from you.
From me.
Yep.
Because I saw where they bracket mother. And that's it.
Yeah, I think they mean you're the mother, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, they mean you.
Oh, okay.
They mean you, Nishi. Get on it.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
That's all.
Big up to all the yardies, says Ms. Donna. Ms. Donna Thompson saying big up to all the yardies. How about that? Hector's back.
Hey, how you doing, Jim?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Good, good. I have follow-up question for something that I asked you. I think it was yesterday. Well, actually, two questions. But first one would be so my sister-in-law that filed her father became a U.S. citizen, applied for I-130. You did tell me that it's taking around like 14 years, which is happening a lot, taking a very long time. I did want to ask. She does have a tourist visa, and I've read in some places that there would be a possibility for an adjustment of status. Is that something like
Only
possible?
only when those 14 years are over.
Okay, okay.
If you
So
if your I-130 is based on being married to a U.S. citizen, being the mother or father of a U.S. citizen, or the under 21-year-old child of a U.S. citizen, then you can come and stay the whole time the I-130 is pending. But for preference categories like the brother and sister of a U.S. citizen, or the adult child of a U.S. citizen, or of a unmarried child of a green card holder, those do not give you the right to stay in the United States.
okay, so she's married, and so there would be no possibility, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So then my other question is there I do have a family member that came with a the fiance visa, right?
Yeah.
And they came to the U.S. and now they got married, and now they're gonna apply for their green card.
Good.
Question he had was he does have a child that did come, I would say, regularly into the country, and his question was,
You mean like across the border?
yeah, like he came illegally. I think he's waiting for like a court date or something like that. And his question was, because that's his child, right? Would he be able to be included as a derivative relative of him in the same?
That's a legal question that would take a lot of research. I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah,
I would think that kid's gonna. How old is the kid?
he's under. I mean, he's under 18. I think he's like 5 or 6.
Yeah, so he still has an enter without inspection problem. So I don't know the contours of that. I would think I could see it going both ways, but I would think most likely he's going to need some kind of waiver. And the dad needs to be careful. I've seen cases like this where dad applies for a green card, and then they say you trafficked that kid into the United States.
Yeah,
and then they charge you as a trafficker.
It's unfortunate. I mean, they were waiting for a fiance visa, and I don't know. I think the guy attempted, like the husband of my cousin attempted to come over here. I guess the kid stayed. He went back, and then he was approved for the visa, right? If he would have waited a little bit longer.
Well, so then he has an illegal entry.
Yeah.
Yes, this person needs a lawyer, Hector, not a notario.
Sure.
This person needs a lawyer. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later, man.
See you, buddy. All right, all right. Yep. All right, we got good news. Let's see. Good news from Big Daddy. Oh, Big Daddy's back. Hello, Big Daddy. Are you there? You're not on mute, but we can't hear you. Big Daddy must have so much good news that he's out partying somewhere. We'll come back.
So can you hear me?
There he is.
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, Jim, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right, so I had my N400 interview on Tuesday, which was 2 days ago, and it went, extremely well. So I went with my wife and our daughters. The officer was pretty much, straight to the point, smiling, very, 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 very direct and, straight to the point.
Good.
She only asked my wife for her ID and asked her, and she said, your I-751 is already approved, so I'll just walk your wife out. Then she walked her out, and she went straight to the civic test, the reading, the writing, and asked just a few yes, no questions. So the only document she asked from me was because I have yes on my taxes, I owe taxes, but I had proof of a payment plan. She checked
Good.
it out and she gave me back, and that was it. I got the same old ceremony, and everything went good.
And so when's your ceremony? You don't know yet?
Well, no, I did already. It was same day, San
Oh,
Francisco.
nice. What field office?
San Francisco.
Congratulations. So you're a new U.S. citizen.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Don't forget to register to vote.
Of course I will, but I have a question though. So because I had a card produced coming to my mail, I think I still see a tracking that the card is still coming to my mail. So I have my citizenship already. So when the card comes, what do I do?
You can bring it to USCIS, or you can just keep it somewhere safe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Good
So
job,
I don't have
Big
to send
Daddy.
it back to them.
Congrats.
I can just, so I don't have to send it back. I can just keep it.
Yeah. Either
Oh.
way.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
buddy.
That's it, babe.
Happy for you.
Appreciate you.
For sure.
Thanks.
Yep. See ya. All right, Big Daddy. You gotta love that. Gagan Deep Singh. Hello.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
Good. Got a quick question. So I got a speeding ticket, and they dismissed it after I attended the traffic school. So, and I have this N400 coming up. Do I need to list that?
Yep.
Okay.
It's no big deal though.
Okay. Cool. Because I was watching this other video that they said if it's didn't affect what they said.
The
That if
question
it's not
is,
over.
have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained? A ticket is a citation. So just because you took care of it doesn't it's not a time machine that makes you never have been cited. You were cited, so it should be listed. Anybody telling you different is a moron.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Okay.
All right. I saw a question here. I wanted to comment on this because this is something I've been thinking about lately. Where is it? Here it is. Is it going to be an issue that my husband and I don't use our joint account to pay bills? We only use it for groceries. It's a marriage green card case. I would say yes. I would say USCIS expects a married couple to have a joint account. I would say the commingling of assets, the commingling of money, and commingling means to join, the joining of money, the joining of debts, the joining of big purchases. I would say that's probably one of the top 3 biggest differentiators in USCIS's mind as to whether a marriage is real or not. Obviously, in 2024, people live their lives very differently from each other. And not everybody is cookie cutter like USCIS expects. But I would say that they do expect you to share your money. And if you're not sharing your money, they get a little nervous. They get a little anxious. They give it a little bit more scrutiny. So I think living together, having a documented life together, joining your finances, spending money together, those are the things that really carry the day. Pictures, not so much. Affidavits from cousin Joey, not so much. They want to see hard evidence. They want to see that money going into one bank account. They want to see after you get your green card, you do whatever you want. No one's going to ask ever again. But if you're talking about how do I file the strongest case possible, how do I make sure my finances are in good shape for purposes of a green card interview? Because remember, if you're getting a green card interview, there's probably some issue. They don't schedule interviews these days for no reason. If Trump comes back, everyone's going to have an interview. But right now, if you get an interview, there's probably a reason, and your finances might be a big part of that. Kareen is here. Hi, Kareen. You're on mute.
Oh,
How are you doing? I can't hear you. You're still on mute.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. How
What's
are
up?
you?
Great. How are you doing?
A little bit stressed.
How come?
Just the uncertainty. I don't know how to proceed with my case.
Talk to me. What's going on?
So this is my second year. Next month will be our anniversary, but we've been separated for a year. It wasn't a very happy marriage. He was kind sometimes, but other times, he could go from 1 to 100 within seconds. He
sorry.
wouldn't file taxes with me. Just really unpleasant. And so I moved away. I moved out of state. So we're no longer in the same state. For a while, he blocked me because I couldn't contribute. And according to him, the only person that he'll respond to is someone who can help to pay the bills.
I'm sorry.
So I don't know what to do now.
So are you in the United States?
Yes.
When did you come to the United States?
I've been here for 16 years. I came on a work visa.
Okay. And when did you get married?
2022.
So when you got married, you were out of status.
Yeah.
And then he filed a spouse petition for you. Is that right? Nothing's been filed.
No.
Okay. Was he abusive to you?
Verbally.
Okay. I'm sorry that happened. The fact that he never filed an application for you and the fact that you were out of status for so long is going to make this really tough. You might be able to make a VAWA claim. It sounds like it's going to be sort of hard. But if nothing ever got started, it's going to be pretty hard to get any immigration benefits out of this relationship.
Mm. Okay.
I'm sorry, Karine. Hang in there.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I got a lot of people. I'm glad everyone's being honest about being anxious or scared or depressed. Thank you for trusting me and us with that. I understand that this is stressful stuff that we're dealing with. All right, we got Diversity Abby in the house. Hello. You're on mute.
Can you hear me right? Thank
Yes, ma'am.
you.
Sure.
Thank you, sir, for accepting my call this evening. Okay. I'm a similar case as the one that you just talked earlier, but I'm on VAWA, and I'm glad that it's been approved, and I'm working on my 485 right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when I came in as a fiance visa, I got my 2 daughters with me. So one will be approved when mine is approved, but my other one, she's 25 right now. So hearing my attorney, she's saying either she gets married in America and then get whatever process that she needs to be. However, we are from Fiji. So according to my older daughter, like, she doesn't want to get settled and have that happen. Okay. It's her choice, and whatever whom she wanted to stay with, it's hers. It's not mine. But how could we proceed on her case apart from my VAWA?
So she came on your fiance case?
Yes,
That's
sir.
how she entered?
Yes.
and so she aged out. She's not getting a green card through you. So really, I think your lawyer's right. And I understand her not wanting to get married to get a green card, and she shouldn't get married to get a green card. But she's basically out of status, and it's not like she can get a student visa. It's not like she can get a work visa. The only way she's going to be able to clean things up is if she marries a U.S. citizen. And even then, I'm not so sure, because she entered on a fiance, the derivative of a fiance. And generally, when you enter on a fiance, you have to adjust based on that relationship. So I've never had happen what your daughter is going through. So I'm not 100% sure that even marrying a U.S. citizen fixes her problem.
Right.
I think it would, but I don't know for sure. So really, she doesn't have a lot of options.
So she's going to be staying like this without a status.
Yeah.
There's nothing can be held to
Yeah,
apart from marriage.
Yeah, and if she leaves and goes to Canada or leaves and goes to Mexico for a day, she probably has a 10-year bar on coming back.
Mm. Wow, that's ridiculous.
I agree.
Just because of what happened to me, this kind of relationship, toxic. She doesn't want to get settled in America.
How old was she when she entered?
So that's the big problem. He was 20.
Yeah, so that was cutting it pretty close. Yeah, I can't think of anything right now that she could do other than getting married, immigration-wise.
Okay, so I'll just have to wait whatever comes across if she wants to get married, or a right person to come in and say, okay, let's get married. And I'm hopefully on God's grace that would happen. But I really don't know what to do right now. Yeah. Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a tough situation. Let's go to Sophia. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
I'm good. Could you take me off camera, please?
You are off camera, Sophia.
Okay. Well, my 1824 form finally approved and sent to NVC.
Good.
So,
how long did it take, Miss Sophia? How long did it take?
26 months.
How many?
26 months.
22 years and 2 months. Jesus Christ, for them to flip a switch. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So my question is, I'm doing the paperwork now, and the DS-260. My daughter is still here, who is on the paperwork. She's going down still. She's going back to Jamaica. So where they ask for the 5 times that you travel to the US, can I put, she's here now. So what should I do? Just put the time that she enter.
Yeah, I think that's all you can do.
Okay. It's not going to cause a trouble.
How old is she?
She is 17. But she's going back because she's on the paperwork to follow, to accompany her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
So I pay the fees.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all. I think that's all you can do when it comes to the trips.
Okay.
Thanks, Sophia.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye-bye. Boy, we're having a lot of Jamaicans today, a lot of yardies, eh? It's fun. Ryan and his mom both say big up to all the yardies, and specifically to Sophia. All right, Shabesh is here. Hi, Shabesh. Shabesh, are you there?
Hey, Gino.
I can barely hear you, Shabesh. Can you talk a little louder?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Jim, I have a friend. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
I have a friend who did a proxy marriage here, and the wife is back overseas.
Okay.
He never traveled to go see the wife, and then he submitted the paperwork, which was denied after
Yeah, have they ever met?
1 year. Yes,
Why do they do a proxy marriage?
Because he's in service.
Because he's in the service, in the military?
Yes.
And who denied it? USCIS or the embassy?
USCIS.
What did they say?
It didn't show that it was a real marriage because they didn't meet after the marriage.
Yeah, you got to consummate a proxy marriage, so that doesn't surprise me.
So he reappealed, but he hasn't had anything. Can you withdraw
appeal.
the case?
Go get married. Go get married for real and start over.
Even if they reappeal, they appeal for the case.
Appeal when you this is for everybody. When you file an appeal, you have to explain the mistake that USCIS made. What mistake did they make? I don't know what mistake they made.
They didn't make a mistake. The marriage was not consumed. It didn't show any consummation.
Oh, I know, sweetheart. No, what I'm saying is when you appeal, you're saying USCIS did something wrong. To me, it sounds like USCIS did it right because they didn't consummate their marriage. So the appeal is a waste of time.
So they can withdraw the case and start over.
They should get married and withdraw the case and start over. Yep, I agree.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Shabesh.
You're welcome.
All right, Debbie's asking me more questions. Jim and my spouse and I's joint account, his direct deposit from his job goes directly into it. Does that help even though we don't use it for bills? It's better, but using it to use, yeah, I mean, as long as you're sharing the money and you both have access to it, I think that's really what we're talking about. Whether it's a particular bill gets paid or not, I don't think anybody is really going to get too worked up about that. But of course, we want to give them as much reason to say yes, not reasons for them to say no. Jim Hacking, Jamaican's #1 immigration lawyer. How about that's all because of Donna? That's all Donna and Ryan and Phoenix and Rich, all the Yardies, all the OG Yardies, all the OG Yardies. Aparna is here. Hi, Aparna.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. How are you doing?
Great. I'm doing good. How are you?
Great.
Awesome. Yeah, so this is my husband,
Hey, how's it
Sriram,
going?
right here.
You guys have matching shirts on?
Yeah, we do. We live in SF, so we're Warriors fans, so
yeah,
gotta do the matching shirts.
Take a picture. That's good. That's good marriage evidence.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yep. So basically, I'm a U.S. citizen. My spouse is not, so we applied for a I-130 and I-485 last year.
Awesome.
We essentially, we got an RFE initially because they lost our medical exam, even though it was included and we have proof of it. So we responded to RFE with the medical, and then
did the doctor charge you for another one?
Yeah.
How much?
How much was the second medical?
The same amount or less?
I forget, but
yeah, I think
a few hundred.
A few hundred, probably, yeah. And then 10 months later, they denied our I-485, saying that we never responded to RFE, even though we have tracking proof, like FedEx tracking proof. And then after that, they basically, or our lawyers basically advised us to file a 290B. So we filed 290B with evidence of the tracking, and we filed another copy of the medical report. They then denied the 290B, saying there was insufficient evidence, which is weird because we clearly included all the evidence. And so now we're kind of stuck in a situation where we're not sure whether we have enough grounds to sue because our lawyer keeps saying that there's factual error and that's not enough for the suit.
Bullshit. They're morons. They won't want to defend this. Where do you live?
We're in San Francisco.
You should sue them. And I bet you, how long was your 290B pending?
It took maybe we filed it in end of August, I think. So it took about 45 to 50 days, maybe.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, and then we're just
Did they approve the I-130?
I-130 still says pending, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. I-130 still says pending. Yeah.
So So someone wanted me the other day to do a lawsuit I think somebody in the office even signed it up. We gave them their money back and turned down the case. It was just like not enough marriage evidence. You can't do a lawsuit. You can't do a lawsuit on not enough marriage evidence. But if you can prove that they are saying things that are false, like you did not include your medical, you did not respond to our RFE. If you have the proof of that and I sue them, this thing will be resolved in 6 to 8 weeks.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, the thing
exactly the kind of case to sue on.
Got it. Yeah. Our lawyer mentioned something about like a Patel case that set the precedent that factual errors cannot be used for suing and only legal errors. So we were like, oh.
Error. Here's my question for you. Has your lawyer ever sued USCIS?
I don't know, actually. Yeah.
Narrator's voice. Probably not.
Okay.
This is we do these all the time. This is exactly the kind to sue on.
Got it. Okay. So there is grounds to sue in this case. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Email me. We can get it knocked out. We have filed this lawsuit probably 7 times this year. We can knock it out in a week or so. Yeah.
And what was the success rate, you would say?
I don't mean to brag, and results may vary, but it's 100%.
Oh, wow. Okay. And like cases similar to this where there was like clear USCIS error and stuff like that.
These are my favorite ones because I get to make them look dumb.
We want that same result. We want them to look.
They don't like to look dumb. They don't want to go into court. If we have the proof, they're just going to say, "Why are we messing around with this? He seems like a nice fellow. Just give him his green card and we're done."
Got it. Okay.
And you know, we would throw in the I-130 as well. So when did you start this whole process?
We started on August 23rd last year. We got the denial August 1st this year, filed an I-290B 2 weeks later, got the denial yesterday, day before yesterday.
These people are wasting your time.
Yeah. We agree. Yeah.
Email me and we'll get going on it.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah,
okay.
we'll definitely email you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye,
much,
guys.
Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Jim.
Take care.
Matching shirts, I'm saying. What am I saying? I'm saying matching shirts. How many couples have we had on here with matching shirts? Not that many, I'll tell you that. Probably Priscilla and Matt probably have matching shirts. Like, we went all the way to Nashville and all we got was this lousy t-shirt shirts. I bet they have. Mohideen, hello.
Oh, hello. Thank you for getting to me. I'm an American citizen. I married to a woman who actually used to be in Florida. Her kids applied for her green card about in November 22. And she came to, I'm actually in Egypt now. She came to Egypt. We got married. And she's still waiting for the immigration to send her, or the embassy to send her the interview time. They sent her an email, which she forwarded to me, what was all of the application papers were approved, everything was approved. Now we're working with the embassy for interview. That was right. on January 4th. Mm-hmm. And like, okay, what the heck is going on here?
It's close. It'll be soon. I mean, I don't know. You're talking about Cairo, right?
Yeah.
So I think Cairo is about 12 to 14 months after documentally qualified. So I think you're probably pretty close.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, because she contacted the embassy. They said, we can't do nothing, but we didn't receive anything from National Visa Center.
Well, that's bullshit. They just make that shit up. Everyone's like, oh no, they got the file. Oh no, they got the file. Right? Mohideen, where are you in Egypt?
She's in Alexandria, actually.
Alexandria, okay. Because, you know, my wife is from Mansoura and her family lives in Zazit.
Okay.
And I've been to Alexandria twice. I love the library there. And one of my favorite restaurants is in Alexandria called Balboa's. Have you ever been there?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, it's sort of hidden.
Yes, therefore, you should take me that place.
It's so great. It's so great. The boys just ate seafood from the sea, and I had chicken and meat. It was great.
I'd say I gotta go to that place. I still have next week here. So
Balboa's, yeah. All right, bye, Mohideen. See you, buddy.
Thank you so much. Great. Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Patricia says she likes it when I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I worked out. I'm feeling good. So what can I say? Much more better than, oh, Jim. All right. Julie's laughing. All right, I'm out of here. I got to go get a salad for the Nornator and then over for softball. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll let you know how it goes. Tomorrow's show, 2:30 p.m. Central. That'll be 5 shows this week. How about that? That'll be episode 692, which means we'll probably – I got a trial on Wednesday next week, so next week probably not a lot of shows. So we'll probably get to episode 700 at the end of the month or so. Hope you all have a great night. This was a great show. Thank you, Creaky Bones. I agree. All right. Have a good day. See you guys.
I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.